Hello, this is my patch overview for the upcoming February 21st update for Azur Lane EN. In this update, we'll be getting the Winter's Crown event. Along with that, we'll be getting new ships and skins. As well, we'll be getting 2 new retrofits and a rerun event. Like always, the info is taken from other versions of the game and is subject to change when the update releases. Anything that is announced after the posting of this video, I will include in the description below. For the Winter's Crown event, there will be 12 chapters as well as a challenge map. You'll be able to get Duke of York, Musketeer, Fiji, and Jamaica as map drops. You can get Greenville and Duke of York as shop rewards, and the remaining ships will be construction only. This event will have a gacha reward system like we saw in the Fallen Wings event, instead of the typical reward shop that we see. This means that you'll have to receive the 2 main rewards from each tier of the gacha reward system before you can advance to the higher tier rewards. Some of the other notable rewards are 2 new planes, some dorm furniture, and various other small rewards. There will be a new game mechanic which you'll have a chance to play after beating the boss node on a map. When this happens, you will have to move your fleet to adjacent enemies to defeat them. This will reward you some extra event tokens. There will also be a new equipment skins in the regular shop, as well as a new lucky bag. Next we'll go over the new ships. First is Duke of York. She's a battleship who has a barrage every 20 seconds that slows enemies that she hits. Also notable is that the barrage is guaranteed to proc instead of just having a chance to proc. She has a support skill that boosts the damage of her first salvo and increases the damage enemies takes that she hits. Victorious is an aircraft carrier that can deal higher damage to battleships and is resistant to them as well. She has a low chance for airstrikes to deal double damage. If you are still wanting to run an aircraft carrier and an HMS fleet, then I think she's a good replacement to Illustrious. Greenville is a destroyer which you can receive from the 2nd tier of gacha rewards. She has an artillery command which boosts the firepower of destroyers, as well as a lot of evasion from her high stat and defensive skill. Musketeer is a destroyer that is available from map drops and from 3-starring the last chapter of the event. She has a unique skill that will buff her torpedo stat every 20 seconds. This buff will remain and stack up to 8 times. Sheffield is a light cruiser available only through construction. Her defensive skill is useful for node clearing fleets by making ships that have less health than Sheffield more survivable. On top of this, she boosts her main gun's crit chance and damage. Fiji is a light cruiser available as a map drop. She has a unique defensive skill that both boosts her AA power and decreases the damage that enemies will deal. Jamaica is a light cruiser available both through map drops and construction. She has a skill that will boost her own firepower and torpedo if she is in the same fleet as Sheffield. The next 2 ships are a little bit odd in that I was talked about that the English version would receive the new rerun ships that the other versions got. However, the only rerun ships that have been announced so far is Greenville. I think they will still add Sirius and Matchless, because I don't know why they wouldn't, but I cannot say for sure. Unless the announcement before the update releases, we'll just have to wait and find out. Regardless, I'll still talk about Sirius and Matchless. So Sirius is a light cruiser available only through construction. Her support skill is packed with a lot of buffs. She increases air power and accuracy of aircraft carriers and light aircraft carriers. She also buffs herself for every aircraft carrier and light aircraft carrier in the same fleet as her. On top of this, she buffs her firepower again with her offensive skill. The other ship that I thought would be announced but hasn't is the destroyer Matchless. She's only available through construction and she has a couple unique skills. Her offensive skill has the chance to increase torpedo damage against enemies she hits with her own torpedoes. Then her support skill can lower an enemy's reload and damage, so I can see her being pretty useful in a boss fleet. The last new ship is Hatsuharu. She's not part of Winter's Crown, but will be available as a login reward for March. So here are the skins for the event. I listed all the prices that were on the wiki, which I think are usually accurate, but could be subject to change. I also included the Sirius skin, just in case she does get added. Next is the new retrofits. They will be for the battleships Oklahoma and Nevada. The 2 have almost identical stats in retrofits. The only difference I saw was Nevada gets 5 less anti-air stat for some reason. The last thing to be added in this update is a rerun of the Sea Star on the Shore mini event which is for Cygnet's summer skin. That's it for this patch overview. Again, I will add any new info I receive in the description below. I would also like to announce that I will be live streaming this event on my channel whenever the maintenance is over. Feel free to stop by and chat if you're interested. Thank you for watching, and good luck on the event.